திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஆடும்பரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனியானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பெரும் கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திரள் சார்பாக நம்முடைய அன்பிற்குரிய கத்தார் சரவணன் தம்பதியினுடைய பெரும் முயற்சியின் காரணமாக சைவ சமய கடவுளர் அவற்றின் உண்மை இந்த செய்திகளை எல்லாம் ஒரு ஆங்கில தொடர் நிகழ்விலே நாம் தெரிவிக்க வேண்டும் என்கிற அந்த கருத்தின் அடிப்படையில் த ஹோலி டெய்டிஸ் ஆஃப் சைவம் என்கிற தலைப்பிலே த லார்ட் முருகா என்கின்ற பகுதியை நாம் தொடர்ந்து சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. The one and only God for Saivam is Lord Siva. He is known as Padi. There is only one God, the Almighty. ஒன்று என்றது ஒன்றுகான், ஒன்றே பதி. Like the Meghundar says in Sivakumar ayya, there can be only one God and all other living beings are souls. So souls are innumerable, but Lordship is only one. When we say the Lord is one, how can we give him so many forms? We are offering our prayers in the name of Puja for Lord Siva, for Lord Muruga, for Lord Vinayaga, for Lord Goddess Shakti. So many forms we are having, and that is the biggest question being asked not only in Saivam, in all Hindu religions. This question is being asked. When there is only one God, why you give so many forms? So it has to be understood from the side of the souls. Souls are innumerable and their maturity levels are also innumerable. The same thing cannot be looked upon in the same view by all the souls. There may be a single scene, but when it is seen by different souls, different impacts, different reactions can be witnessed. For example, if you see a natural scenery, some souls are wondering at it, that it is being the creation of the Almighty. Whereas some people are looking at it and they come to the decision that it's only nature that it is being evolved like this. So it depends upon the maturity of the soul, and it clearly shows that maturity level of the souls are not equal. Souls are different, their maturity levels are different, their views are different, their goods and bads are different, their likes and dislikes are different. When something is liked by some soul, it is not liked by some other soul. All souls may not like the same thing at the same time also. Even one thing is being liked by a soul, it may not be a permanent feature. It may be a temporary feature. Sometimes the soul may like it, sometimes the soul may dislike it, or even hate it. You just look at the life side. We love some people in our life without reason. We love some people, we show love, we show kindness, and we show our likings. But one day or other, some sudden happening, we stopped showing loving, and we also try to show the hatred. Why it happens? We must think. When we like something, it should be a permanent feature. It is not a permanent feature. We like some people for some time, and at certain point of time, we stop loving them and start hating them. Why it happens? Why should we do like that? It is inexplicable. It happens with all the souls. So the tastes are different for all souls. So that is why the maturity level, it is being called as the maturity level. The wisdom maturity level of individual soul is known only to the Padi, the Almighty. He only knows. He only knows me. He only knows my maturity level. I even do not know my maturity level. I may think that I am very matured. But being looked upon by others, I may be immature. I may think myself that I am matured. But it is a relevant factor, you see. It's relevant to what, relevant to what situation, relevant to what circumstances I behave. My behavior is subject to circumstances. My behavior is subject to so many constraints. It all happens only because of the wisdom maturity level. That is that it has to be crystallized. It will crystallize to a single point known as the wisdom maturity level. I will behave according to my wisdom maturity level. Why some people are kind? Why some people are not kind? Why some people are feeling very bad if somebody is hungry? Why some people are not at all worried about that? They don't care about it. Why some people are having helping nature? Why some people are not having the nature at all? Why some people are selfish? Why some people are selfless? The question has to be asked. It is because the maturity level is different. So the Almighty is also treating the patients according to their level of disease. No equal treatments will be given to all patients. Patients may be equal in the treatment, but not in the medical treatment. It may not be equal. Some may need medicines, some may need surgery, some may need some other treatment. Likewise, it differs. Depending upon the disease level, the treatments are different. Likewise, God is also taking different forms. He takes the form of Shakti, He takes the form of Vinayaka, He takes the form of Lord Muruga, He takes the form of Shiva, Dakshinamurti, Nataraj, so many Muhurthams. It is called Muhurtham. That is the deity, holy deities of the Lordship. Think about in Hinduism, and especially in Saivam, we have about 24 Muhurthams for Lord Shiva itself. And we have different forms of Lord Muruga. It is because the qualities of the Lordship, the Almighty, are being explained in the deity. We have been explaining lot of things about Lord Muruga, why he is having 12 hands, 6 faces, what each countenance actually is meaning, why it is so. All those things we have been discussing for the last 3 sessions. And we also discussed about the real significance of goddess Deivayani and goddess Valli. Why Lord Muruga should have 2 spouses? Why? What is the real background that we have to understand? These are all things given by our ancestors to make us understand the basic theory. The Almighty, by its nature, doesn't have any form at all. That we have to basically understand. Even the soul doesn't have any form, the Sushama. Of course, the soul is to be developed only with a form. These tools are being provided for the soul to get itself developed. So, when the soul is given a form, for it, the God is also to be given a form. If the soul goes to a level of formless state, and if its wisdom is out of ignorance, then the form for the Lord is not at all necessary. The form for Lord, why form for Lord? Because there is a form for the soul. The soul doesn't have, its wisdom is not at all functioning without the tools. The soul, when it is being put in a system, the system of tools, you call it as the body, the physical body, the body that you can see by your naked eyes, but it is being controlled by Sushama body and the real functional body of the soul, that is called Karana Udambu. That is the root cause of all the functions, or it is the body which receives all the results of the experiences, the results of the experience of the soul. So, altogether there are 3 bodies we already discussed in our Saiva Siddhantam serial. There is a Thula body, there is a Sushama body, there is a Karana body. Karanam means the root cause, the root cause for all the bodies. Thula body is only the result of the Sushama body. Sushama means it is very minute, it is very minute, can't be seen by naked eyes. Okay, soul has been provided with this form. It is artificial. It is an artificial arrangement made by the God. An artificial arrangement made by the God for the soul so that its wisdom can function. There are about 31 tools and being operated by 5 tools externally. Those 5 tools are called Siva Tattvam. The 31 tools are called Anma Tattvam and Vidya Tattvam. 5 tools are not provided directly to us, but it is externally, they are externally available, and they are only the driving tools for all these tools of the soul. Okay, what I am trying to insist or emphasize or impress is the soul, only if it is in a body, it is able to get experience and its ignorance is being deteriorated. The ignorance is removed little by little in each birth. So, it is a very slow process. It is a very slow process. That is why we have taken innumerable births. You understand? So, soul has to be put in a system made up of tools. Let me call it as a system. Our body, you call it as a system. So, in this system, in the soul is being put in, and it started functioning, and it is functioning, and it will function till the time the soul's wisdom is self-sustaining. It is not self-sustaining. So, artificial arrangements are to be made externally to make it function. A day will come when the soul's wisdom will function without any tools. It is operative without any external arrangement or tools, and at that time the God will appear with formless state. Now you have to understand only by form. That is why it takes form, because you are in the form. Soul is the form. It has to understand a God. Almighty means it should be in the form. Otherwise, I cannot. I am not competent enough to imagine myself that there is a God with a without any form. Likewise, it is very difficult for a common ordinary soul to imagine and concentrate. The thing is, that is why I insisted on the maturity level. The maturity level of the soul is very poor, very poor. The poorest maturity can be seen in the worm. Just to take a worm, there is a soul inside with the Sutshama body. So, all souls are equal in the form. Suppose it takes a Thula body of a worm or an elephant or an ant, it is immaterial. The souls are souls with their wisdom maturity level to be developed. The very poorest, the soul maturity level for the wisdom. That is why it is being put in an ant or a worm. When the maturity level improves, the God puts it in a matured form. For example, from ant to a bird to an animal to a human being. Likewise, the souls are being given the form according to their maturity level of their wisdom. So, it all depends upon the maturity level of the wisdom. God is worried, the Almighty is worried about only one thing, whether the soul's wisdom maturity level is improved or not, and whether it is going to reach the self-sustaining state. If it comes to the self-sustaining state, if it is able to understand, if it is able to realize without the tools, then what is the fun of giving the tools? Why the tools should be given at all? So, that is why our maturity levels are different, and there are different forms in which we are going to get fit in. Some may fit in the formless form. As a matter of fact, we have been taken from form to formless form. Shivalingam, how can you account for? There is no such thing in any other religion. Either they worship in formless or form state, not a formless form state. It is only available in Saivam. It is because the transition, the soul's maturity level in each birth is getting slowly. இண்டன கருளி இருளடிந்து உள்ளத்து எழுகிற ஞாயிறு ஒன்று நின்றனின் தன்மை நினைப்பற நினைந்தே நீயலால் பெரிது மற்றின்மை சென்று சென்று அணுவாய் தேய்ந்து. That is how he explains. புல்லாய் பூடாய் புழுவாய் மரமாகி பல்விருகமாகி பறவையாய் பாம்பாய். By all these births the soul should take to improve the maturity level. See the grace of Lord. See the mercy of Lord. We have to realize the mercy of Lord. He doesn't worry about it. whether we understand, whether we realize, whether we appreciate, he doesn't bother about it. He is going on with his project. He never bothers whether somebody is flattering or not. Some people will praise, some people will flatter. There is a difference between praising and flattering. You may praise somebody or you may flatter somebody. Praising somebody is to please yourself. Flattering somebody is to please the concerned person. He may not be deserving those praise. As a matter of fact, somehow or other you have to convince him. That is why you will be flattering him with so many things. If he is a wise man, he will not believe all those things. He will understand that I am being flattered, I am not being praised. So people will not understand between the praising and the flattering. Praise is different and flattering is different. God will never bother about the praising or flattering. People, most of the people are not praising the Lord, they are flattering the Lord. They are flattering Lord. They may give so many what we call as prayers, tudi, totiram. The same totiram, the same song. If you pay in the prayers as a price, as a praising, as a worship, it's different. But if you don't realize and if you just offer that prayer, then it will be only a flattering, is it not? It's only a flattering. God will understand which is praising, which is flattering. பொக்கம் மிக்கவர் பூவும் நீரும் கண்டு நக்கு நிற்பவர் அவர் தம்மை நாணியே. Upper Swami says. Okay, the main theory behind the having different forms, only different forms of people, different forms of maturity levels, likewise. So, it doesn't matter if you understand that the Almighty is only one, Ondre Padi, it takes different forms. And it is one of the very important forms of Lord Shiva is Subramanya. We have been discussing so many details about Subramanya for the past 3 or 4 sessions, if I remember correct. This time we are going to concentrate on the peacock and the rooster. Peacock is the vehicle of Lord Subramanya and rooster is his flag, that we understand. How these two are adorning Lord Muruga, how he got it. As a matter of fact, Lord Muruga was having 3 peacocks. You must remember that even before the war with Surabhadman, Lord Muruga was having a peacock for his travel. It was his main vahanam. Is it not? That peacock, don't think that only after war he got it. No. Right from the beginning, when he was in Kandagiri, there is a peacock for his travel. What can you call that? It is nothing but the Pranava, Omkar. That was his peacock to start with. Subsequently, in the war, Indran submitted himself, will submit himself. He will request Lord Muruga that he wants to carry him in the battle because Surabhadman will appear in the form of a bird. Lord Muruga will also want to fight with him on a bird. So, Indran will come forward and offer that he would be his peacock. So, the second peacock is Indran. The third one is only the Surabhadman. Some people ask me, and some people even have the doubt. What happened actually in the last days of the war? Surabhadman lost everything, lost all the relatives, lost his son, lost his brothers. He was all alone in the battlefield. He just understood. He came to the final decision that he cannot win over Lord Muruga. He has understood. But he doesn't want to give away, abandon the battlefield. So he was trying his last days tricks. With his maya, he was doing all things, and finally he would be running away here and there, and finally he will go and settle down in a big ocean in an inverted mango tree. Lord Muruga will send his spear to pierce it, and so the spear, the veil. Last session itself I told you that let us call it as a veil itself, because veil is a proper noun, proper noun, so that it cannot be replaced by another word, veil. Say, my name is Sivakumar. What do they call me in English? Sir, it is in Tamil Sivakumar. What do they call in English? English also Sivakumar. In Telugu also Sivakumar. Latin also Sivakumar. Veil is veil. Everywhere it is only veil. Because of the language, you cannot change its name. It's a proper noun. You understand? So, veil is always a veil. Vetri veil, Veera veil, Vajra veil, Vagai veil, Jnana veil, Vadi veil. You call so many things. So, the veil will go and pierce in two halves of the mango tree. One will become peacock, another will become the rooster. And Lord Muruga will look upon them with a great mercy. So, both of them will come to him. He will take the peacock, his vehicle, and he will take the rooster in his flag. That's how the Kandapuranam says. People ask one single question. Surabhadman is a single soul. How can he go into two souls? In peacock and also rooster. How is it possible, sir? People are asking this question. Of course, a good question. See, we have to go back and we have to discuss some more details about this. For example, in Tirumurugatrupadai, Lord Muruga will be having vehicle as he said, as the elephant, as he said. Vehicle, and in his flag only peacock will be there. Palvori mangai velkodi agava. That's how it runs. Palpori mangai velkodi agava. Mangai means peacock. Velkodi, the victory, the victorious flag being hoisted. So, in olden days, in very olden days, it seems that peacock is the vehicle and also in his flag. Only of late, the flag, only the flag seems to be occupied by the rooster. But how can we explain this? How can we explain this? The first explanation comes like this. See, Surabhadman, you must look upon him as the impurity of ignorance called ego anavam. The ego, the anavam, has two parts. there are two parts for anavam, that is ego. Why ego comes? Ego comes because of two things. One is because of the possession. Second one is because of possessiveness. One is possession, another one is possessiveness. One is known as the ownership of things, that is called mamaharam. Second one is called ahankaram. Ahankaram is me, mamaharam is mine. So these are the two parts about me and mine. This me and mine are the two important parts of the ego. Why ego comes? Ego comes only because of either mine or me. Is it not? Why you touch this? It is mine. Don't take this, it's mine. Don't use it, it's mine. Is it not? Why you have not called me? I should be the first person to be there. Why you have not given me the respect? This is me. That is mine. This me and mine are the two parts of the ego or the ignorance, because there is no me, there is no mine at all. There is no mine. Which is mine? How can I claim the ownership for anything? You just think of it. So nothing is mine. It is only a fancy thing that I am claiming. Everything here in this world which you claim to be yours is not yours, because it is owned by Lord the Almighty. When you come here, you are not the owner of it. Some or other you claim the ownership, but it is not permanent at all. So mine is only a fancy thing, that is an illusion. It's only an illusion. If I claim that it is mine, means it's only illusion. It is not a real thing. If it is a real thing, wherever you go, you must take it with you. If I claim this is mine, means I should take it with me wherever I go. When I leave this world, I should take it with me. Can I take this with me? Then what is the fun of claiming ownership? You are not able to live. See, somebody is indulging, somebody is taking away, somebody is claiming the ownership, somebody else. Is it not? So altogether, what we must understand is, me and mine are the parts of the ignorance that make your mind immature. So the maturity level of the wisdom maturity level of a soul improves when the me and mine level are decreasing. If the levels are decreasing, the maturity level will be improving. That is, the ignorance is being removed slowly, part by part from the wisdom. Then your maturity level will be improved. If the darkness is to be removed, then there should be a candle to be lighted. So we have to remove the darkness in the place, means the only solution is to have a light, nothing else. There is nothing else. Likewise, if the only tool that if the ignorance is to be removed means, then only there will be maturity level improvement. Maturity level improvement happens as the result of the me and mine levels being decreased. So they are being corroded, the mine and the me level. So the me and mine, these are the two levels of ego, and these two are indicated symbolically by peacock and the rooster. So, when the form of ignorance, form of Anava Malam, Surabhatman, was pierced by the veil, it became two parts, means there were two parts in the ignorance. One is me, another one is mine, and those two went to the control of Lord Muruga. Under the control of Lord Muruga. Yan Yanadu Atra Yadame Tiruvadiya. Kumaraguru says, the 2 feet of Lord Muruga is nothing but the loss of me and mine. If you lose me, if you lose mine, then you are worshipping, you are reaching, you are offering your prayers to the lotus feet of Lord Muruga. So, Surabhatman, so this peacock and the rooster are always with the Lord Muruga, means you submit the ignorance to Lord Muruga. Whatever you possess, it is the honor, it is the ownership being offered to Lord Muruga. Whatever I have, it is owned by you. You have given me. You have given me. Take for example, is the whole body. He only gave me the body. So, we should not think that the same soul being in the peacock and the rooster, the same soul, how can it live in the two forms? It is not a question of living, it is a question of functionary details of the same thing. Of the same thing, it has been in function wise, it has been shown as two birds. One is peacock, another one is a rooster. That's all. Don't think that there are two different souls being with the Lord Muruga. Not like that. You are offering your me and mine feelings to the lotus feet of Lord Muruga, and they became the controlled powers of Lord Muruga. Controlled powers of Lord Muruga. That is why another explanation that can be given is, we must understand, Surabhatman, a single soul, as a matter of fact, I have told you, we have three bodies. One is the physical body seen by others. Another one is the Sukshama body, the processing unit, and the third one is the Karana Udambu, that is the main system of the soul. The soul only lives there, receives all the details, the processed details are coming in, and the final feeling is felt only by the Purusha, only in the Karana Udambu. So, you understand that Surabhatman's, the physical body was destroyed, Thula Udambu, Maro. The other two bodies, one is the Karana Udambu, another one is the Sukshama Udambu. They become the peacock and the rooster. You understand? So, they became, some or other we have to understand whether we can, some people may not relish it or they may not agree it. Can we convert the negative power into a positive power? Is it possible? The negative power, Anava Manam, is an energy. Of course, it has some function. It shields your wisdom. It makes you ignorant. It makes you non-functional. But when you were wisdom is free from this ignorance, where will it go? முத்திதனில் மூன்று முதலும் மொழியக்கள். சுத்த போகத்தை துய்த்தல் அணு. மெத்தவே கொடுத்தல் இறை. இத்தை விளைவித்தல் மலம். How can we explain that இத்தை விளைவித்தல் மனம்? மனவாசகம் கடந்தார், just like that he has sung the song and gone away, but people were struggling their mind, struggling each other, fighting with each other, I can even say, to give away the meaning of this song. Why he says ittai vilavittal malam? How can we claim that the enjoyment or the final experience of the bliss is only due to anavam? How can we claim like that? People are giving so many explanations. So many explanations being given by scholars, not some ordinary people like me. Scholars give beautiful meanings, different meanings. Is the fight over? No, not yet. Have they come to a final decision? No, not yet. Still it is open for fight. However, see, he claims முத்திதனில் மூன்று முதலும் மொழியக்கள். There are three things even in the mutti level. Lord Shiva, the soul, and also the anavam. But wow, what form or how we can climb the state of that anavam? Anavam in what state it is there? That is the thing we want to know. Some people say that the negative energy can be converted into positive energy. How can you say like that? Yes, Surabhusman has been converted into peacock and rooster. Lord Muruga seems to be using those two. That's how Kandapuranam goes. When you say Surabhusman is a form of anavam, how can you say that Lord Muruga is using them? So many riddles are there, so many puzzles are there, of course. But don't think that our ancestors, they are very, 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 very brilliant and clever people. You cannot go near their wisdom at all. It is boundless. We are trying to scale it with our wisdom. It is the funniest thing and it is the pitiest thing. How can we measure that with our wisdom? Okay, so we are not going to come to a decision now. How can we climb that peacock and rooster? Peacock, in some other explanation, some people say peacock is the shielding Shakti. That is the Tirobhavam. Tirobhavam, you know, Tiruvarul, Tirobhavam. The peacock is only a Tirobhavam on which he sits. Lord Muruga sits on the Tirobhavam. Of course, Tirobhavam is the driving force for us in this world. Without Tirobhavam, we cannot thrive in this world. Whatever we see, whatever we experience, it is only because of the Tirobhavam. If you want to see, Tirobhavam. If you want to hear, Tirobhavam. If you want to eat, Tirobhavam. Only Tirobhavam plays the major role. So, Tirobhavam is signified or symbolically represented by the peacock. Because Tirobhavam is under the control of Lord Muruga. The rooster indicates the victory over the foes and enemies. The victory over the foes and enemies, importantly, it is meaning the feelings. We are full of feelings. See, if you are awake, if you are using your tools, and if you are experiencing in this world, you are fully ruled by your feelings. You are fully governed by your feelings only. Again and again, I can say that you are only a lump of feelings. Soul is nothing but a group of feelings. Liking, disliking, hatred, all these types of feelings. Those feelings are based on three qualities: Tamo, Rajasa, Sattva. Is it not? So Sittam is nothing but these three qualities, is it not? So the feelings, completely you are being governed by your feelings. You are talking to somebody. The talking is governed by your feeling. If you are in a good mood, good words will be coming out of you. If you are not in a good mood, if your feeling is not good, then hatred words will come out of you. Harsh words will be coming out of you. To the same person, in the same situation, you may behave differently because your feelings, you are being governed by your feelings. As a matter of fact, soul is nothing but a lump of group of feelings. It's being governed. I may be harsh to somebody. I may be kind enough to somebody. I may be indifferent to somebody. Why all these different feelings? It is because my soul, under the situation and under the circumstances, at that point of time, how it is governed by its feelings, that is how it will behave. So all the feelings, if you are able to conquer, if you are able to circumvent all the feelings, whether you feel bad or good, if you are going to behave in the same manner, then you are called a saint. It is the point where you win over the Tirobhavam. How to win over the Tirobhavan and get the Tiruvarul? Only if you win the Tirobhavan, you will get the Tiruvarul. That is called Satinibadam. Satinibadam comes Irivani Oppu, Malabari Bhagam, Satinibadam. Is it not? They come one by the other. One after the other it comes. So in other words, if you are able to win over your feelings, then you are conquering the Tirobhavam. You are conquering the Tirobhavam. Then naturally, the level you conquer the Tirobhavan, the level, the grace you receive. Immediately you are being offered. For example, suppose, see, a person sees a lot of money in a bag being left in his auto. It happened, is it not? The auto driver just sees a bag being left unclaimed. Some passenger should have left it. He just opens it and sees a lot of money inside the bag. What is his feeling? His feeling is, this money is not mine. It is not mine. It's somebody else's. Somebody would have felt very bad in losing this money. So I should go to the station, police station, and entrust this bag and money to the police people, and we must request them to hand it over to the right person or the loser. See, what happens is, the moment he thinks that the money is not mine, it is not owned by me, the person who is owning it should have lost, person who lost it would be feeling very bad about it. If he feels his feeling and takes the bag and surrenders and submits to the police station, now he has won over the Tirobhavam. He has won over the Tirobhavam. So to the win over of the Tirobhavam, Tiruvarul is being offered by Lordship immediately. Don't wait for this present given by the worldly people. God gives immediately the grace. But he may not be able to understand how the grace comes, in what form it comes, in what form it settles. No, don't worry about that. We may not know. That's why we will bless him. கடவுள் உனக்கு அருள் செய்வார்ப்பா அப்படின்னு great people will say. சுவாமியோட அருள் உனக்கு நிறைய உண்டுப்பா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. Why they say? Because they have win over the Tirobhavam. There are opportunities being given every day for us to win over the Tirobhavam. Yes, slowly win over the Tirobhavan and slowly gain Tiruvarul. Get the Tiruvarul. Win over Tirobhavam and get Tiruvarul. That the victory of Tiruvarul will be indicated by the rooster. So likewise, Lord Subramanya, Lord Muruga says that surrender, submit all your Tirobhavam to me. You just see the Lord Nararaja that we are going to see in future sessions about Lord Nararaja and Lord Dakshinamurti. Also we are going to see the real significance of Lord Nararaja, the real significance of Lord Dakshinamurti, and those things we are going to discuss in future. So when we see Subramanyam, Lord Subramanyam will force us to win over our Tirobhavam. When he is on the peacock, you must understand that he will help us to win over the Tirobhavam and get his grace. That is the real significance of the peacock. So we offer our prayers to this form. To start with, we offer him the prayers with a lot of Tirupugal, with a lot of Kandapuranam songs, with a lot of Pamad Swamigal songs. So many things have been composed by these great people. But please understand that whenever you are reciting Tirupugal, whenever you are reciting a poem composed by the competent saints, whenever you are reciting it, what you are gaining is the grace by way of winning over the Tirobhavam. If you want to get grace, if you want to get the bliss, if you want to get the grace of Lord Subramanya, it is not available without winning over Tirobhavam. So Tirobhavam is nothing but a part of our me and mine. So if you slowly, if you are losing the ownership in this world for everything, adam patru vidudal, if you are losing the ownership for anything in this world, if you are slowly losing it, then you are slowly gaining the ownership of the grace. Patruha, patratran, patrine, apatre, patruha, patru vidarku. So Tirobhavam is nothing but me and mine. That is why Surabhadman has become the peacock and the rooster, and the peacock is under the control of Lord Subramanya. Peacock is under the control of Lord Subramanya. What does it mean? My and mine are under the control of Lord Subramanya. In another way, people will be saying, the peacock will drive away our fear in this world, and the rooster will drive away our enmity in this world. பயத்தை போக்குவது மயில், பகையை போக்குவது சேவல். So those two things are the main what we call the drawbacks of our lifestyle. எதுக்கெடுத்தாலும் பயம், யாரை பார்த்தாலும் பயம், யாரை பார்த்தாலும் பயம், பகை, எதுக்கெடுத்தாலும் பயம். This fear and enmity, wherever we see, we don't see friendly people. People are envious, enemy to us. They don't have real love. They may have inside one feel and expressing another feel externally. How to believe them? Wherever we go, we don't see the true nature. So these two things are, as a matter of fact, endangering our lifestyle and the peace of our life. Why we are not peaceful? It is because of the fear and it is because of the enmity. Those two things will be driven away by Lord Muruga, by his peacock and rooster. துங்க அனுகூல பார்வை தீர செம்பொன் மயில் மீதிலே எப்போது வருவாயே. That's how Arnignathar is also asking. So whenever we pray, whenever we offer our prayer to Lord Muruga, then we can be very brave. I have submitted my fear and enmity feelings. I am getting out of this world under the feet of lotus feet of Lord Muruga. I don't have fear. I cannot be damaged by the enmity of anybody else. Those things will never come to me. No fear will come to me, or no enmity will reach me, will come near me, because I am shielded by Lord Muruga. So that feel of fearlessness and this foe fear, pagai, enmity, hatred, all these things will not affect our peace. So these are the indications, or these are the things that we are going to derive out of the prayer of Lord Muruga with a peacock and rooster flag. I think with that we can conclude our today's session with the concentration. Today we concentrated, or we focused our attention on peacock and rooster. I gave you different explanations, different meanings. Just you go through. If you have any doubt, you can also play this recording. You can also hear it once again. Go through it once or twice. Come to a clear vision, clear view. Because in a single hearing, I don't think that we will be able to understand everything. Hearing again and again may clear our ideas. I request you to please witness the serial. If you are witnessing this session fresh, then I am advising you to go through the previous sessions also and to come to this session, so that you will be able to appreciate and understand better. Okay, with this I want to conclude this session. I will utter 6-lettered mantra 6 times. I will request you to kindly follow me. Tiruchittambalam. ஓம் சரவண பவ, 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 ஓம் சரவண பவ. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். I pray that let God bestow His best blessings on our Qatar couple, because they are the people who sponsor this wonderful serial, so that the details of our Saivam may be taken to people who may not be well versed with Tamil also. So this English serial is a new trial and we are trying our level best. I think only by God's grace it will be made best. Thank you once again, and we will meet in the coming week also, and we will go ahead with the serial. Thank you very much. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.